Hi, how's it going? Welcome to another episode. Today we're here with the Lattice guys. We got Tom, we got Ollie, and obviously I'm here with Louie.
Hello.
And today we're going to be doing the Lattice Test. They're going to be putting us to the test and see where we stand. They've got a nice new leaderboard right here. Lots of good, strong people on there. And we're going to see if Louie can make it on the board. And I'm just going to... There's no like secondary board anywhere, is there? For...
Not right now.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I was going to say that this board, I'm going to make a bold statement. If you get onto this board,
yeah,
you will have entered into legendary climber status. So it's extremely hard to get on this board.
Okay.
it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. You'd be a legend on this board though.
Or when you come back and you do retesting with us, maybe that'll be the difference.
Great point. So this first test is just the beginning. We're to see where I stand right now and see how strong Louie is. And in 6 months' time, I'm going to do the test again and see how much improvement I've done in that time. So, shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How are you feeling about the testing?
I'm not feeling nervous at all. No pressure. Just here to have fun, see how I do, see how hard this is. And it's good for you guys to see what like a regular climber might look like on this test. Someone that's not Louie or Magnus or Alex Megos.
First thing we're going to do on the board is going to do some general observation in terms of coaching work, where I'm going to watch how you climb on the board,
Okay.
your movement skills, look a little bit at pacing, footwork, and things like that before we get more detailed and look at the numbers in terms of results. So this is very much kind of more of a normal coaching process. It allows you to relax into it, get to know the board,
Perfect.
and become a bit more familiar.
So if you're watching this, it's like having a hangboard on a wall sideways. What's the angle?
20 degrees.
20 degrees. I've never used this before, but it looks hard. Stop, Louie. He's laughing at me.
That's cool. Okay. So as you'll notice on the board is that because all the footholds are on diagonals,
Yeah.
you have to create quite a lot of tension with your feet.
Yeah.
And if you try and stand just on the middle part of the board with one foot,
Yeah.
it'll just slide off.
Yeah.
So it's a really good exercise initially to start to develop tension in your feet,
Okay.
which is important in climbing.
Yes. Use your feet, kids.
So as soon as I see you drop a foot off or start to swing out, I know you're not creating tension.
Okay.
This is for
This is the beating stick. No, this is
beating stick.
we class this the data stick.
Okay.
It's digitally advanced. All technology contained in the casing. Wow. You'd never know what this is capable of. And I know that you're going to have a certain, efficiency and economy of movement, but when we put anyone on this board, it's a really good way to just assess how good a climber is someone, how efficient are they, how much momentum do they carry, that kind of stuff. Because we all do that as coaches, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
You've got a set track, you can always compare like for like. So initially, I'm just going to have you do a couple of sequences on the board, total freestyle, and I want you to do 6 to 8 moves each time on the board. I'm just going to have a watch and observation of how you move on the board. This is complete freestyle, just to see you in your natural environment, how you interact with the board.
Why are you using your feet? This is supposed to be your natural environment.
Okay, that's cool. Watching you initially on the board, as you can see, there's actually quite a good balance between the ability to turn and twist versus staying open. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to push you into an extreme of those two moves. Now that we've kind of learned how, seen how the board climbs. And the first one is going to be an extreme of a twisting move to see how you rotate and turn around the shoulders and how you rotate and turn around your hips.
Got it.
You're going to start with your left hand over here.
Yeah.
Right hand over here. The pinky is going to sit in the bottom of the diamond.
So I can nestle at the bottom.
Yeah, and all moves. What you can't use is your thumbs.
Okay.
So no more thumbs, not to add any kind of stability to that move. Left hand all the way over to the yellow, then you're going to unravel and come all the way over to
Okay, got
right
it.
hand.
And then unravel again and go to 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
With no thumbs. Yeah. hard though, isn't it?
It's really awkward getting that movement over. It's really extended. You don't get that too often inside.
No, and that's the whole sort of premise around testing, is that you want to take someone to a fairly sort of long place on the spectrum in terms of each particular test. So if we're going to do a twisting test, I don't want to do just a little twist.
Yeah.
I want to do quite a big one.
Yeah.
So now when we flip it around and go much more open,
Yeah.
and you just stay really quite open.
Yeah.
So again, I'm going to do more of an extreme of a particular movement.
Okay.
I'm going to start here and here.
Yeah.
4 fingers must be on the board, so that we're not rotating the wrist
That's fine.
downwards. So you're going to go 1,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Good.
Oh, that is extreme. Oh, this is extreme climbing.
Good.
Cool.
I've now done those 2 drills where I'm looking at the differences between a big twisting move and also a much more square on move.
Yeah.
And the last thing that we're going to do on the board before we start going into more of the kind of physical testing where we're collecting the data is a bit of time practicing learning the test circuit.
Okay.
And the reason for doing this is that because we're going to be doing a test circuit on here, is that you need to be really familiar with it.
Right.
Because I don't want it to be for Andrew that it's a kind of on-site exercise and he's unfamiliar with the circuit. I need to be executing at a really high degree of efficiency so that the results that we get in terms of how his forearm works and how strong or fit he is are down to physically what he's capable of, not what he's technically capable of.
Brilliant.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby.
Look at him go. Just the same move. Glorious. That's one.
Here they are. Okay, matching beats.
Just loved it. How do you think he's going to get on?
I think he's going to crush it. He's a lot better than he says he is. He writes himself off, but he's very humble about it. He's been climbing a long time. He's a strong guy. He's pretty good.
I think a good indication of what I kind of term climbing IQ.
Yeah.
So kind of how intelligent you're about picking up sequences and absorbing information in a technical sense in climbing is you can see that the climbers who have a higher climbing IQ tend to get the circuit on here very quickly. They make very few mistakes.
Yeah.
They don't choose odd body positions.
Yeah.
And you definitely sit on the higher end of doing things quite quickly. Don't make a lot of mistakes, which is promising for the
Ideal.
Yeah, the economy of movement, or the efficiency with which you climb. So moving on from efficiency.
Oh
we're
God.
totally the
Oh
way.
God. The part I'm worried about.
I'm gonna go finger strength.
Oh no. I'm so bad at finger strength. Okay, this will be good though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll find out what your
We'll
scores
find
are.
out.
Go head over here.
Let's do it.
What we're going to do first is 5-second hang right here. Any grip that you want to do. Because we're going to start off nice and easy.
Okay.
And then we're going to build up and make it harder and harder until you absolutely fail.
Love it. Okay.
Sounds good? Alright, so as soon as you're ready, your feet leave the ground, we'll get going. Yep.
One second when you said one then.
What? One second. Cool.
Okay, now the other hand?
Do the same on the other hand.
Shakier on the
Yeah, you could
left.
say a little bit. So what we're going to do now, that was nice and easy to begin with, for Louis anyway. We're going to start to reduce the weight on here and then start to add it to his body.
Louis, how'd that feel?
It felt good on the right.
We're
I was
just
happy
getting
with
started,
that.
by the way.
The left, like you can probably see, was going like that. It felt better than it did earlier.
Mhm.
So I think I'm like nice and warm now. But it didn't feel that easy. I think this one's going to save me. So a discrepancy of about 3 kilos difference between hands is totally normal. More than that, and I think we're going to see that I've got more than that, is possibly something worth fixing? Or it's significant?
Yeah, not necessarily that it's worth fixing, but it's a difference to be aware of.
Okay.
And what are the repercussions of that?
Yeah.
It's not always that an imbalance between left and right in the body is a problem as such, because if you're performing...
But it's good to know about it at least, and then you can address it if you want to.
Yeah, and if it impacts how strong you are on one particular side, or you can't execute really hard moves on the left hand regularly, then it would be a problem.
Okay.
And the one thing you don't want to fall into the trap of is walking around the climb wall and just hanging on your strong arm all the time.
Yeah.
Because it ends up getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
And we see that happen quite a lot. So
2, 3, 4, 5.
If I drop from one grip position into another, does that matter?
so yes, that class is a fair.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So whenever
But
you
I can't start open hand?
you can start open hand in
Okay.
this testing, yeah. So it's your preferred grip during this like slightly changed version of lattice testing for elite climbers.
Okay.
So preferred grip all the way. What you never want to do is open out whilst you're hanging on a fingerboard.
Okay. But I
that
can
can
start
cause-
open though?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
2, 3, 4, 5.
This is still assisted, right? How much weight?
Not.
That's
It doesn't
still
feel like a lot.
So that was only 1.25 kilos.
Okay.
So still assisted. We're not on the leaderboard yet, so that's the most important thing. So a little bit of a tip that we always do when we're doing any sort of training, you see Tom setting them now, is we always try and keep a kilo on here. So even if you're attaching extra weight to your body, this is going to keep you in the same position all the way. And because there's a little bit of resistance, it stops you spinning around.
Yeah.
So any of you that are strong enough to start hanging with extra weight, then that's a good tip.
Pro tip.
Yeah.
But so now we're going to start adding weight because he's already found it too easy at body weight. So now we're just about to reach the leaderboard, and he's on his way to Magnus's score.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you can attach that.
Thank you very much.
2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good.
Add more weight. Add more weight.
Feeling alright.
Tom, do you guys do this a lot?
Testing.
Do you do this on yourself? Do you grab on and see?
I used to do a
your
lot of
progress?
testing on myself, but then I found that if I did too much, I got really obsessed with the data and I wasn't going climbing enough. So I had to be quite careful there. And the reality is that you should probably only do it maybe once or twice a year and use it as a kind of indicator to say how well you're doing, are you progressing towards your goals,
Right.
and not get
Right.
overly obsessed and just directed by the results.
Yeah.
Because they're a tool
Yeah.
to fit in with everything else.
So you feel like now that you've got some more weight.
Yeah, you have to be careful of
It's
that.
the means to the end,
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
means
The
in
last one was
itself.
Yeah.
basically nothing.
It is really useful to do that
that's-
test,
this
the big
feels a bit
test,
more
a couple of
significant.
times a year, isn't it? And,
And,
then
maybe
as long as you're
5
testing
seconds,
that
but
you're
that 5
making
seconds
gains in
feeling
the area you
longer and
want
longer
to on
each
a more
time.
regular basis. That's
And it's like
Yeah,
shaking
it's
the whole time.
important.
That kind of puts
Maybe
me
like
off
one
as well.
exception
Like,
is that if you have
if I start shaking,
a
then I
particular
assume
thing that you're
it's
working on,
something
so for
like
example, if you wanted to work on your four-finger half crimp grip position, is you might track that actually once or twice a month and track that over a 6-month period, and so you can get a little bit more detailed about it. But I would never do the full range of testing all the way through.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Keeps you on track, and you
Yeah.
can compare it to yourself over time.
yeah.
I was just
exactly.
saying, it was really
And it's really a really useful exercise to do if you have a very basic test. There's little learning to doing it.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Is this the one that's equal to Magnus?
This is close to equal to Magnus, yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
It's on the left hand.
Did you see that knot creeping up?
That was on the edge. Ollie, what increments do you move up by?
So
You feel it out, I guess. You see how they're doing.
generally we go up by around 2.5 increments, and then it gets smaller and smaller close to the top. At the beginning we dropped them down a lot quicker because he was finding it quite easy. But so now we're going up by 1.25. Runs the big boy weight.
Or as I call it, lunch.
2, 3.
I should have had the other grip. What happens now?
The other hand.
Okay.
What happens now?
He wants another go. That's what he wants.
No.
Okay.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the limit.
We've reached the breaking
Max.
point.
Oh.
We don't know
Well, you'll
yet.
have to the big
Yeah, we'll
reveal.
have to. We'll find how much
that's
I weigh, and then
the
we'll find out.
Yeah.
Louis, what are you up to right now? You got on the 10 mil edges?
So I did. What's this? This is like 15, right?
This is 20 mil.
This is 20.
Yeah,
There we
20
go.
mil.
So I'm going for half the size, but with 2 arms.
2 arms,
So
half the size.
exactly the same difficulty.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Simple. What has it feel like? 50%, 60%, 70%?
Like 50%, I think.
Tom, what weight are we at right now?
About 40 kilos.
Okay.
Okay, ready when you are. Right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Did your spine break?
Was that my
during
shoulders? Is it?
What
Yeah.
was that? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Okay.
My elbows do that when I do
Yeah.
heavy weighted hangs. The first one I do,
Yeah.
they just go like this and crunch.
Wow.
If you don't
So
hear
that
cracking,
was-
you're not trying hard
Yeah,
enough.
clearly.
The rule is, if you max out on the weights, you get to take them home.
Whoa!
But there's a lot of
How
weight.
many more? Oh, there's that big one over there as well, and there's all of those. Can I do it on the jugs?
Oh, see whether we could get you up to 200 kilos on the jugs.
I think that would be alright.
What did you do? Have you tried it?
I've hung off jugs with 4 people on me before.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you try to do a pull up as well?
Yeah, and I can do that, and I can only hold it for like 10 seconds, but not particularly useful still.
Yeah.
Hold the jugs.
In Cliffhanger movie, it's
That's a good action film.
it's very useful.
Why? What happens?
You could save some people. Well, he doesn't save her life actually, but if you could hold 4 people, you could.
But
save
yeah,
some
but I was
lives.
talking with Kat about this, and she was like, "Yeah, that sounds useful." I was like, "Yeah, okay." Oh no, we're falling off a cliff. Everyone, grab me. You've got like 7 seconds now. What are they gonna do?
Climb quickly.
Hey, should we get this back on?
Yeah.
That should be one of your tests, guys. The Cliffhanger Test.
Yeah,
Just get on a jug
perform
and.
or die.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, phew.
Are you at the limit?
It felt like it, but apparently I had 0.3 seconds of excess, so
How many kilos is that?
I don't know. Oh, that was 40. Okay, cool.
This is now 42 and a half.
Which is a good score.
Yeah?
It's alright.
There's a problem with you. Eventually, you just have the deformation of the skin.
Yeah.
Weight up so heavy, it's just not gonna.
I had a magical day on, you know, the 6 mil edges. Oh, we gotta go.
Good, yeah.
There you go.
That's a statement right there. A magical day on the 6 mil edges.
Man, I'd like worn my skin away, so I had a perfect 6 mil edge of skin, and I just didn't need to do anything. But, oh wow! Right.
Okay. Okay, ready when you are.
Come
2,
on.
3,
Come on.
4, 5, 6.
Oh, damn it.
Oh no!
Oh, I should
No.
have had it a bit longer. Oh.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Okay, well at least you've got a score.
Yeah.
I will give a small gold star for the fact that you did it with a cup of tea in you as well.
Yes!
though. That's unusual tactics. Most people are so kind of
Are they really?
numbers obsessed. They wouldn't dare consider drinking a cup of tea beforehand.
I want to know how serious you're being.
Yeah.
So we've just gone to absolute max on one arm on a bigger hold and then 2 arms on a smaller hold. And we'll go through the results a little bit later, but you felt like you did all right?
I better than I was expecting, and quite happy with how I did on those. Didn't expect that I was going to be loads weaker on my left hand. I thought I was stronger on my left than my right, but definitely not.
Are you happy with the one arm?
Yeah, I think I used to be able to do more, but I think it was on a bigger edge. I haven't tried it on these. So yeah, I'm quite happy. Yeah.
Good. So you've now been on the board. Okay,
Yeah.
Feeling good?
Feel great. Feel pumped.
Not
Ready
been
to
too
go.
criticised yet.
So much criticism here. You guys don't even see it. We turn off the camera and then they just shout things at us.
Well, you said you thought it was going to be fun, and
It's not fun.
Never
No,
fun.
it's a lot of fun.
so we're going to do finger strength. That's really important for us in our data models. It's one of the best predictors of climbing performance. We need to see where you stack up to your current grades and your goal grades, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to find out where he wants to be, and then is he strong enough to get there?
Okay.
So for you, what we're going to do is a 2-arm max hang.
Great.
So first of all, if I get you to put the harness on, and then we'll start loading you up with weight.
Okay.
Have you done much fingerboarding before?
In the past, yes. I haven't done so much recently.
What kind of fingerboarding have you done?
I've done like max hangs.
With how much weight?
I don't remember at this point.
Training diaries, kids. Training diaries.
Training diaries, kids. That's why I'm here.
If only there was some sort of app.
If only there was an app.
Yeah, you can save all your training on the Crimp tab.
That's a great plug. All of you at home, go download the Crimped app. It's free. You're crazy not to do it. I have it. I'm getting ready to get into my training program, so I'm going to be opening it much more often now. But with that, you can log all of your stuff, keep nice, handy track of things, track your progress.
The testing we're about to do today, you can do it exactly the same on the app. So if you get any sort of similar results to what Andrew's about to do, you'll be able to get a direct comparison against the grade.
You can see how you stack up to me. Isn't that exciting?
So what are you expecting from this?
So at the moment he's warming up. I'm expecting to see a certain level of force that's going to go through his fingers. So that's body weight plus additional weight. If we're not adding weight to him, then he is definitely underperforming in finger strength. But I think we're pretty safe in that from what I've gained about the finger strength information from the past. So we're going to start adding on weight slowly. Start off in quite big increments, maybe like 10 kilos at a time, because we know he can do more. And then as we get close to max, we'll drop it down to smaller and smaller increments until he fails. I'm going to call out failure. I'm sort of the judge on this one, because what I don't want to happen is for Andrew just to completely explode off the hold and do any damage to his fingers, or drop weights on his feet or anything. So I will be shouting down. So if you see me shouting down when he looks okay, I've done it for good reason.
Protecting me.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Does hearing this sort of kind of warnings and health and safety stuff make you feel more or less confident?
It makes me feel confident, but it also makes me feel sad for the bloke who came before and they didn't do that. Who was the guy that damaged his feet from the weights dropping? Why do we have this protocol in place?
So all of these protocols have been put in place for years and years and years, because it was me and Tom who screwed ourselves over. We always test on ourselves first.
Look at those
Poor feet.
disgusting hooves.
We're going to go for a 7-second hang. As soon as your feet leave the ground, I'll start timing.
Do you do it just like straight arm?
So you can have a slight bend, you can't be 90 degrees, and it's better not to be fully back.
Okay, great.
Cool. Ready, mate? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down.
20 kilos? Is that what I'm at right now?
You're now at 16.
Great, 16 kilos.
3, 2, 1, and you go. 4, 3, 2, 1, down.
Cool.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
Loads left.
I have 2 hands though. I'm not doing one hand like these other guys.
Oh, it's still going to be hard.
Okay.
Still going to be hard. Looking good.
All right, let's add the weight.
Have you got any figures in your mind that you think would be sort of good to aim for, or that you'd be happy with?
No, I don't. I have no idea.
So we're going for round number 3. We started off at 10 kilos, then we went to 20, and now we're going up to 30. So we're still doing really big jumps in weight, and hopefully we're getting closer to his max. So when you're ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Still feeling good?
Still feeling good. It's definitely getting harder.
Yeah. Of your what you think you might be able to do, like as your maximum, what percentage do you reckon we're at the moment?
What percentage are we at?
What percentage do you reckon you'd be able to do more?
Probably, I think I could do another like 10 kilos. That's what I think. Yeah, so we're at 30 now. What are you saying? You said 5? Well, I guess I have to beat that now, 5 kilos. We'll see. I say 10 more kilos. That would bring us to 40 kilos. Remember?
4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feeling shaky at that one.
Ooh.
Another one down. Ready for another weight.
Did you have to let go then, or were you kind of like close?
I was okay.
You were
I
okay?
could have held on more. Yeah.
Cool. So we're getting closer to that max now.
Oh, we definitely are. We definitely are.
So we'll start going down in the increments of weight, so using smaller weights each time going up, and then hopefully we'll make those smaller again, and then we'll go over the edge. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I think we're the next one is. I think the next one's the edge. I think that's it.
What weight are we on, Ollie?
I don't know. It's better just to keep going up in increments. I think we're getting close to 80 pounds, as Andrew would say. So really set your shoulders, set your fingers on it as best as you can. You got this. Come on. Come on. When you're ready.
That's it. That's it.
That's the end.
It's hard when you're doing it over and over and over again too, because we had what, 2-minute rest in between?
Yeah, 2 minutes between each one.
So the incremental increases just adds to the volume of load that you're doing over time. But that was definitely really hard. I don't know what that was weight-wise.
That was 36 kilograms. So just as a rough estimate, is 150% body weight. So we'll put that into the database in a little bit, and we'll talk about how that compared to the general population. So we just finished finger strength testing. For the purpose of today, we've been looking at one grip type. Usually it's really good for us to look at a couple of different grip types to see how it translates between sort of open, half crimp, and any other type of holds you're going to be using. But for us, that was really good. I think you've done quite well so far, which I think you're happy with.
I'm happy with that.
So now we're going to test the fitness, and I'm going to hand you over to Tom, who's going to put you through an okay bit of testing, so max moves, and then the fun part, which is great for us to watch, great for you to watch, and it's horrible to do. So, and this is why we love testing. So we'll move on to that afterwards, and then we'll do a couple more tests before the end. Okay. But yeah, nice work.
Thanks, Ollie. Thanks, man. Let's do this endurance now.
Tom, for the lattice board, is there a grade that people usually are at to be able to do a lap on it? Is it, because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
No, it's not the easiest board. It has to be systematic because we want to do testing, and every board is particular for the grade depending on the angle.
Gotcha.
So we have a 20-degree board here.
Yeah.
So on the standardized circuit, it's going to be really, really good for you, and it'll be just right for the grade that you're operating at.
Okay.
Whether it's your bouldering grade or sport grade. Whereas if we were testing Louis' sport grade, we can't put him on the standard circuit. So we put him essentially on this much harder kind of pro circuit, which we had Magnus do, which is more suitable for his intensity and ability.
Okay, great. Cool. Louis, you don't do endurance that much, right?
No. We've seen me get my ass kicked in endurance challenges by Joe.
I mean, you'll crush like 15 V6 to 8s in
Yeah,
a row.
but I get a rest every 10 seconds.
And you do push-ups after each climb.
No, that doesn't tire out that so much, so I don't know if that
Yeah.
helps. Or...
Yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think you're gonna do right now?
Oh,
This
yeah.
will give you. This is what's going to be really cool.
Okay.
This is going to give you a physiological prediction of your sport grade if you were to go sport climbing.
Okay.
I know you don't do it, and
And
you're
if
not
I was
into
to
it.
like work the moves and stuff, but it just tells my physical capacity.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your sport grade?
I'm gonna be arrogant and say 8B.
You can do harder than that. Yeah.
I'm gonna hedge my bets and say 8B, and then be happy if it's more than that. Yeah. 9C.
90.
Yeah,
Okay.
9C. I'm upping it.
All right, there you go.
3, 4, 5, Come on. 100. That's good. 1, 2. Come on. 3, 4. Stick with it. 6. Come on. Come on. Come on. You got it. Oh. 106. Good effort.
It's the shoulders that started going first.
Yeah.
Didn't feel anything for ages, and then suddenly.
And you start to notice it on the shoulder moves.
Yeah.
You start to like fall out of it.
And then it's more on the hands suddenly.
Yeah. So 106 moves.
Okay.
2 minutes 37. You're on the board, so really nice pacing.
Oh yeah, that works nicely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit faster than some of the other
Okay.
climbers, but doesn't surprise me at all considering
Yeah.
how I see you climb the wall.
Yeah.
You're definitely a climber who carries a lot of momentum
Yeah.
and speed through the wall. And what we'll do now is we'll plug in your max moves data
Okay.
and your finger strength, and then we start to understand the efficiency you have.
Cool.
So we'll have to work out route climbing grade,
Yeah.
how efficient are you as a climber, and then also max strength scores.
Cool.
And then we'll see
Cool.
how
Drink
the
of
scores
water.
look.
Ah. Ow! It's all pumped. Is this pumped? Tired. It's a hard test. Quite happy.
I guess we'll see how the results
Yeah.
are, but you feel pretty good about it?
Yeah, I think I could have done better. I'm maybe a little bit sleepy, so I didn't climb as well as I could. While I was climbing, I was like, I feel like I could climb this better if I practiced it more. But I had plenty of chance to practice it, so maybe I just started doing it worse. I got more tired because fatigue starts distracting you a bit. I'm quite happy. Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Nice.
We are now going to put Andrew through his paces on a maximal power endurance test, which means that we have his scores on the finger strength, and now we're going to understand how efficiently can he use that in a fitness setting. So this is going to have a relationship to his ability to be able to hang on for a longer time, greater than a minute, and what kind of scores can he get on this front?
Yep. I haven't sport climbed in about 2 years, so this is going to be really bad or good. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we might be saying you need to go sport climbing right now.
climb. Yeah.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
It would be great.
I'm going to coach you around it, so I'm going to keep pointing out the sequence and everything like that.
Yeah.
All you need to do is concentrate on the climbing.
Okay.
Get really pumped,
Yeah.
go all out,
Yeah.
going for max.
Great.
Okay? Cool. Don't forget to breathe.
That's important.
Yeah. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, feet up. 4, 5, 7. That's it. 64. Come on. 5. 66.
Good effort.
Really good effort. 66. 151.
I'm feeling the bump. By the end, you're just like clawing your hands through. But that was good. Felt good. I did better than I thought I was going to do on that.
Ready?
No. I don't know what.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is Andrew's just had a little bit of a rest to depump. Forearms feeling a little bit better?
Totally depumped.
And we're now going to put him through essentially what's a fatigue test. And we're going to create a curve which describes the amount of cumulative fatigue that he gathers in the forearms over a number of repeated intervals where he's going to be going to close to maximum. So a lot of all-out effort now.
Okay, yeah.
Starting point for this test is that we're going to go on the board and we're going to be doing 75% of your maximum. So you previously scored 66 moves, so now we're going to be doing 50 moves on the board.
Okay.
From there on in, it's going to get pretty hard, but we're going to get some really good results.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes,
Okay.
let's do it. Okay. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Come on, forearms.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, good. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 more, 1 more, 50, and off. So that was the first stage of the test. We've done 75%.
Yeah.
So sub max.
Yeah.
And you have 1 minute 15 rest.
Oh my god.
And you're gonna go back on the board.
Yeah.
But this time you go all out.
Okay.
2 max to failure. And it's gonna increasingly get harder and harder.
Okay.
So you
115.
Yeah, just 50 seconds or so. So keep on your feet, keep moving around,
Okay.
keep depumping and breathing.
Okay. I was hoping for like another 15 minutes or like, you know, cup of tea. Where's my cup of tea? No. So no cup of tea. I gotta, oh god. I'm gonna stop talking because I gotta breathe.
1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 35, 35.
Oh god. So now it's like a 10-minute rest, right?
You're hoping for a whole 10-minute rest? You have, from now, 20 seconds.
Oh my god.
Shake those arms out.
Okay.
So now you're going to start feeling really fatigue, really building up.
Yeah.
Getting really pumped in the forearms.
Yeah. What's the trick to getting rid of that?
More training.
What else? Keep talking. Don't look at
5 seconds.
No, no.
I'm not giving you any excuses. 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 14.
It's over now, right?
Yeah.
This is
Keep
the
shaking your-
supper.
Keep shaking your arms out.
This is where the stick comes in, right?
3,
Oh my god.
2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep concentration. 8, 9, 10. Good.
Pretty desperate movement right now.
Keep shaking out. Keep shaking out. Well over halfway through. 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You know that feeling when you're trying to red point your project and you're at the limit, you get the little shakes? That's how I feel right now.
3,
Desperate.
2,
Oh my god.
1, go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Come on.
Yeah, you're done.
Oh god.
Good effort.
Thanks, man.
You can kind of see in those really intense efforts and doing this kind of testing is why it's beneficial to do some kind of, you know, intense training effort if you want to improve on the physical sense of your climbing.
Yeah.
I always like to remind people that the feeling that you get from this test, people go, wow, that was really exhausting, is, well, that'd be a great idea if you were to put some of that, you know, some kind of regularity and consistency throughout your year, that you're doing some kind of training that was mimicking that kind of feeling, because the muscles respond really well to it. It's hard work though.
They adapt, they get stronger.
Yeah.
You get more comfortable in that position.
Yeah. And there's definitely something to be said for doing those intense efforts where it's uncomfortable, because your head comes into it as well. Like, how much can you put up with it?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. It was reminding me, you know, those positions where you're holding, you're trying to get that clip in. Yeah. You think about the fall, you think about the shake and the lactic acid and all that stuff. And if you're too much in your head, you're not going to make the move.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's the same on a long boulder problem as well.
It's
true, when you start to really power down.
Yes,
and you think, oh man, I'm kind of just about hanging in here.
Yeah.
But I think I can scrape one more move.
Yeah.
And that ability to dive into that uncomfortable zone where you've just got to really pull it out of the bag.
Yeah.
So
that happened to me recently. Go check out my episode where I climb V7 a month. You can go.
So, exhausted?
So tired. I'm so tired.
That was a bit that's always great to be the coach in that scenario. So the last bit of testing that we always do with loads of different athletes is look at some different movements to see where they're strong and where they can improve. So that's stuff like around the shoulder stability, box splits, looking at lever lifts. So we'll go through a couple of those examples, Andrew, now. Are you quite flexible?
No, I'm not at all. Huge weakness.
So this is like an easy area to make improvements.
Yes.
And if you actually measure it and you get the exact number, it means you know how much you can improve as well. So we'll try and do that today.
Cool.
So what you're going to do is belly's going to be pretty much touching the wall, toes are going to be touching the wall, and you're going to slide your feet wider and wider.
Oh god, yeah.
And then me and Tom are going to measure between your heels.
Okay.
Anyone can do this at home, and like I said, it's so easy to do because at the end of the day, as long as you get a measurement. So as you can see, Andrew's starting to stick his thumb out now.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is make sure he sticks the tips in forward, so even if you have to come in a little bit, because this is what you're going to be like more realistically whilst climbing. So we've got 140, and how tall are you?
180 centimeters, 182 or so.
So I'm quite happy to say early on in testing that's relatively poor.
I'm glad you get joy out of this.
It's like we knew it was going to happen.
we knew this was coming. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's an area that can have massive improvement. Gold standard would be at least sort of the same height as your body, or same length as your body height. So we're looking for 180, 40 centimeters improvement.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're done. Wow. Okay, so we had a good day. It's felt good. Yeah. I'm really tired right now, but overall the experience has been amazing. You guys have been really great. But it's results time. So
Are we finding out now?
I think we're gonna find out right now. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So just so you guys know, we're doing a preliminary test right now, and I've set a goal for myself to see how much I can improve over the next 6 months with training. So this is kind of like a baseline. This is really good. It's gonna be telling of how far I can get. So how did I do?
So we did all of those tests and we've got results for each different aspect. So a little bit of a different grade for each aspect. So if we just go through the real simple basic ones to start with, and then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty numbers. So Tom, in terms of movement and areas of functional mobility and all those other aspects, what does Louis need to do to get Andrew better?
Okay, so
Louis coaching me, by the way, for the next 6 months,
I get
just so we know.
all of the credit if he does well, all of the blame if he doesn't make the goals.
Nothing on me. Okay, so
let's make the goals really high.
And they both have to do all the hard work, and me and Ollie can just sit and observe. It's great. This
works out well for you guys.
So first of all, in terms of the movement I saw on the board, I thought that Andrew had quite a nice balance in terms of relatively good technique, economy of movement. He definitely defaulted into a more sort of rolling and twisting style of movement. So he likes to turn his shoulders in, he likes to drop his knees So he finds an economy of movement or an efficiency which is slightly higher than that tendency to just go all out and try the strongest, like, hardest move. And in terms of footwork placement, I thought the skill level was, I don't know how harsh to be on this, I would say
Be harsh, it's fine.
moderate to low, and it would be something that I personally would have you work on even further,
Yeah.
particularly if you're going to be doing anything which has really small footholds, which are going to make the key difference. And then a little bit more work on the board in terms of carrying momentum through the hips. I thought you were quite good at rotating and carrying momentum that way, but carrying momentum up or sideways on the board was relatively low. You're a specialist on this kind of stuff. You can definitely get more out of that for sure.
Nice. Perfect.
Know what to focus on.
Perfect.
So further to that, we know flexibility needs quite a bit of work, but just general strength seems pretty good. And then down to the numbers. Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Let's go bad news first.
Okay, bad news first. So
It's all bad news. No.
Yeah. On the Lattice board, we did max moves. So that was pretty good. So it was around a 70 sport level, which I think you'd be quite happy with.
I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's good. That's quite high.
What is that in?
That is
American.
Yeah.
That's
11D.
11.
No, it's 512D.
D. 12D. Actually,
It's quite hard.
No,
We're speaking
12D.
different
12D.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's because I haven't sport climbed in a while, so that's really good. That's amazing. Okay.
The testing that was based on that 70 grade, so the curve test where it got harder and harder, that's where it kind of fell down a little bit. So what it showed was your base fitness, so your ability to do loads and loads of training is pretty poor, and that's probably coming down for the amount of volume of climbing you've been able to do over the last few years.
Yeah.
So in terms of the amount of training, you're going to be limited by your base endurance, your base capacity, your work capacity.
Okay.
So gradually start to increase more and more volume in your training on a regular basis, regardless of what it is. So just start building up, and that means you'll be able to do more strength training, working towards your bouldering goals.
Perfect.
Cool. So the good news, which is was very good news,
Yeah.
is your finger strength.
Yeah.
So currently you've climbed 1v7.
Yep.
Okay. So in terms of our prediction, we would guess you would be able to climb at least 2 to 3 grades harder than that with your current finger strength.
At this point,
At this point.
The hard work's done. I don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
that's shocking to me because I always feel like maybe this is the climber mentality that we always just need more strength to get better. But
Yeah, we see that all the time, and a lot of the time it's just coming down to there's an area which you've focused on a little bit too much, but something else is actually the key. So for you, the stuff that Tom said, the movement and more climbing time, more volume, is actually going to be key. So Louis, perfect person to help you with this.
I think also another really kind of interesting point to draw out from finger strength scores, and a lot of people out there at home will think, oh, I either have strong fingers or weak fingers, is that ultimately a basic test like a finger strength test tells you how you can contract on a hold and how you can hold it, not how you can move to it or move off it. And if we combine the fact that you have a really quite a high finger strength score relative to your grade now, but then when I watch you on the board, there's a lack of carry of momentum from that grip, it means that you might be able to get a hold and hold on to it, but you're not being able to execute and move either from it or to that hold in the first place. So it's just creating the ability to put together movement, momentum, plus finger strength to hold a grip.
yeah.
Then you've got the magic when you put those two together.
Guys, this is mind-blowing. I'm sure there's like a lot of people out there because this is kind of opposite of what I thought I was coming into today. I thought for sure this would be a strength issue, but anyways, very enlightening. Is there anything else?
No.
That's it. So now we're on the Louis?
Yeah, you're on. So we're going to give you some results about Louis.
Are we doing that
Just
now?
test-
I'm excited for
Well,
this. Then.
what we'll
Big
do
6 months
is-
coming up.
What I can tell you about Louis' results is he predicted correct. So earlier on he said that he wanted to climb a certain sport grade or think he could.
Yeah.
And he was pretty much dot on. His comparison to Magnus was pretty close, but unfortunately, if you go over to our YouTube channel, you'll find out on there.
You get all the details on theirs, but you're predicted right for the sport climb then.
Yeah, so AB plus, your power endurance is
Not bad. Okay.
That's pretty
That's pretty
good.
good. We'll get on it.
We'll go to this afternoon.
Let's go.
Perfect. Let's nearby.
Okay, great.
What happens now? Cool.
I think that's it. That's the end of this video. And if you want more, go to Lattice. And if you want more, there's more content coming this way. So remember to like and subscribe. You know what to do. Come back here next week. And thanks, guys. Thanks for having us. This is awesome.
Great, everyone.
Bye.